Episode 8 of Witch Hat Atelier aired Monday, and if you've been reading the manga, you know exactly where we are. Chapters 12 and 13, the bottle of ink that was never just a bottle of ink, a man sitting on a dark shore who's consumed by something, and Kifri kneeling in a shop, well, laying on the floor after the light piece or him using the twin bottle, something he cannot take back. What did he do to Mr. Noah's memory? Before we go any farther, I'm going to have a small spoiler warning in this video because I want to talk a little bit about, I'm going to mention something a little bit about Kifri's past. This video pulls context because of that from a later chapter that I've read to explain what is happening beneath the surface of these chapters. If you're anime only and you want to stay unspoiled, you've been warned. So I want to say what's up, everyone. This is your girl Mel at Mel Otaku Talk, and I am bringing you a season of magic at this channel and a season of magic across YouTube. This is your episode 8 anime versus manga comparison. What changed? What came to life, and what this dub is doing that I cannot stop talking about. So first, let's jump into what the anime changed, which is not that much. Let's talk about the dialogue and the world that it carries. In the manga, let's talk about something that Isti says and how he says it in the manga. And this will help you understand about the dialogue in the manga versus the dialogue in the anime. But the voice acting in the anime, how it comes out, how it then smooths over what the dialogue in the anime doesn't. So back to what I was saying. In the manga, when Isti confronts the apprentices, in the manga, his line reads, "You tremble for naught." In the anime, Isti says, "It is pointless to be afraid." Same meaning, completely different weight though. As a reminder, the word atelier is French. This setting reads, in my opinion, like pre-industrial Great Britain or Europe. The manga builds that into the vocabulary deliberately, and that's one of the things I do like about the manga. Like, you can tell in this manga that the setting was never Japan at all. You tremble for naught belongs to this world in Witch Hat Atelier in the manga. The anime version of what Isti's character said could have come from anywhere. The same thing happens with Richard's line. The manga gives you the full force of her contempt. Adults who treat children as things rather than people. The anime trims it down. The point lands, but the edge is a little bit softer. So I do prefer the dialogue that's on the manga panel. Let's look at what came to life. And let's talk about the dub and the culture of this world in the anime. This dub made a decision that I really want to talk about. And I know it's been a conversation for a couple of weeks, but I love the accents that the dub version has captured as well. Again, because of the cultural pieces that is in Witch Hat Atelier. The witches are European accent. Kifri and Agat British. Ali, Northern British, I believe. Mr. Noah and Todd are Irish, and Teddy are Danish. Now, Coco is almost like just an American, and that's because, or could it be because Coco is deemed an outsider, and so is every other like non-witch in the story. So this is probably not an accident. Oops, not an accident that the witches have an accent. The dub is using accent to show, in my opinion, maybe class divide between witches and the outside world without a single word of dialogue. And it deepens the Totter and Coco connection in episode 8. And here's why. Totter sounds like he belongs to the witch world. Coco sounds just like an outsider. But Totter can never be a witch because of his silver wash. And Coco, who should have never had access to magic, is becoming one. Their accents tell you their starting points, basically. The story tells you neither of them fits neatly inside of the lines that's been drawn for them or laid out before them. Now, let's talk about the brim cap scene, because the brim cap scene is my favorite piece of episode 8. And it was bone chilling for me. In the manga, the brim cap is on the shore, and it reads on the manga panel. It looks on the manga panel like it's basically daylight. So you know there's something methodical and deliberate that the brim cap is planning. The anime gives us a more darker scene, right? Overcast, dark scene. The water looks a little teal, a darker teal. And the wind blowing is bone chilling, along with the brim cap cutting his hand. Yes, that was on the manga panel as well, but seeing the blood drop. And one of the things that they did compared to the manga, the whole background scene and the environment around him, the brim cap feels so large. It feels so large. And on the manga panel, it didn't feel that large, but the darkness, it feels bone chilling with the brim cap. And I love that. Yes, I actually got a chill watching that scene. So we got the same character, completely different atmosphere, in my opinion, compared to the manga. And this is where you feel the story turning dark, not for shock, but because something is building. And if you've read ahead, like manga readers already know what's coming for their story. So let's talk a little bit about Kifri. And this is going to be the slight small spoiler. You know that Kifri and the brim cap are two sides of the same wound. The brim caps took something from Kifri when he was a child and basically left him for dead. His need for that lead is not an obsession. It is a man trying to get back what was stolen from him. When he says, finally, I have the lead that I've been waiting for, you hear a lifetime behind it, like a endless search. The voice performance in this episode carries that weight. That is what great casting does. Listen, I don't have any other issues with the episode at all. This comparison is short. Normally my comparisons are a little bit longer, but this was a really great comparison. The adaptation was really good. The brim cap scene is my favorite. Episode 8, in my opinion, stayed, faithful to the manga where it needed to be. The only thing that it doesn't always do is capture like all the dialogue, but you get enough of it. And it doesn't always capture all the inner thoughts. Again, episode 8 stayed faithful to the manga where it needed to, and in the places where animation has something the pages could not give, like the brim cap in the dark, the accents, doing the work of world building, basically it delivered in those places. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more manga coverage. Let me know in the comments after episode 8, what are you feeling about Kifri? Manga readers and anime only alike, I want to hear from you because you're going to have different perspectives, especially the manga readers. I will meet you at the next Pointed Hat discussion. Above all, let's keep talking about manga. Thanks for stopping by and watching.